Here, it's your boy Nico back on the mic. If you're new here, you know what to do. Subscribe, like, all that good stuff. Follow me on Twitter. You already know the drill. So, if you like ReZero, but you're like, you want something like ReZero a little bit different, I got the webtoon for you. It's called Death Game. And the whole point is basically, guys, down on his luck, and life is giving him the worst hand possible. His girlfriend leaves him, he's going broke, he can't get any job interviews. He goes, but they never pick him. So he's saying, what's the point of being alive? So he writes this crazy suicide note saying, death is all your fault, and yeah, you're trash. So, he just jumps off this tall building, kills himself. And then he meets Death, which is like this tan, really model-like woman. And Death's saying, hey, I found your suicide note. What you mean this is my fault? Your life is what it is because of what you've done. You can't blame this on me. So as punishment, you're gonna basically get to be other people. And then you're gonna go through what they go through right before they die. So think like a save point. So let's say the save point is haha hee, they're gonna die. You're gonna basically be that person the moment before their death. And if you can stop their death. And it's to teach you a lesson. And the main character has to learn, how to prevent these people's death because it's like dying all over again. And Death's gonna keep doing this until he learns a lesson because Death is trying to tell him you didn't value your life. So, to be petty, I'm gonna make you experience death over and over with the worst kind of people. It's a really cool series because it kind of shows you that even if you say you got dealt the worst hand, a lot of times things happen because of the choices you made. And then when stuff happens, as a consequence, who can be mad at? You be mad at yourself and just do better. That's how it normally works. So the main character gets put into different people's bodies, and then right before, they die, he has to kind of experience their life a little bit, and then it's like the game gives like a recap of what kind of person they are, what they've done, and then you see what leads to their death. And then he has a choice: prevent their death or prevent their potential suicide. He has a couple options: prevent their death and give them a better life, and try to survive as long as possible, or figure out why they committed suicide and try to see if it was preventable in any way. Obviously, sometimes you just die and that's it, you die. But a lot of times you can prevent your death if you make better choices. That's what I like about this series. Death's not doing this to teach him a better lesson. The point is, you said dying would be easy and death's lame, so here's your punishment. Really cool series. And at first I was like, enough I want to read it, had in my list for a long time on Webtoons, but bro, it's really good. And I like how all the people he's been, reliving their life, they're not all good people. So it's like he's sitting here like, damn, I don't want to die again because death is scary and I don't want to get killed in a terrible way. But if I last longer, I can spite death. But if I die too quickly, she'll just shoot me again and I have to relive another shitty life. So it's a really cool kind of a story, kind of ReZero, how Subaru has to re-experience death over and over again, and how messed up as a person. And even though it's gonna happen, it's still messed up. It's kind of like if ReZero had like this feature where someone's killing Subaru, but instead of him restarting as himself, he's someone else and has to kind of like start from their last save point. It's a really cool series. I really like it a lot because I feel like it's not trying to make us really sympathize for the people he becomes, but makes you think, if I randomly woke up in someone else's body and I have to deal with all the consequences that they done up to that point that leads to their death, what would I actually do? Would I be able to handle the pressure? Would I crack under the pressure? And honestly, I don't want to go through that because, bro, I feel like the cool thing about existing, there is some definite end. If it's just like a loop where you basically reincarnate as different people and you gotta go through their life, I couldn't do it. But that's why you should read the series. It gives you a taste of what reincarnation could look like and how the afterlife might work. Maybe it's like a new game plus. You can somebody else, but you don't know that. Or you might become an animal or whatever the hell happens. So if you need something new to read, I highly recommend it. It's one of those stories where it's like, you just have to experience it. It has beautiful art. The main character, he's just like a douche who, he's mad at life because he thinks he got dealt a bad hand. But that's like most people who got a really good hand in life. Even with good hands in life, they can still have, downsides and things they wish they could change. And that's the whole point of the series, to show people that if you think your life sucks, be somebody else and you realize everybody's life sucks with levels to this. And that's the interesting thing. You would only know the levels if you were that person personally or you're really close to them. But even then, you never know what someone's going through until you actually know. So definitely give it a read. It's on Webtoon. It's a completed series, and just go dumb crazy. Yeah. This has been your boy Nico doing my thing. Gonna make more videos, but this is on my second COVID shot. I'm just vibing, bro. One step at a time. If you have any Webtoon you can actually read, tell me in the comments below and give me a reason why I should check it out. And if you've seen Webtoon before, how do you feel about it? If you're on the fence about it, why? Let me know. I can say so much more, but y'all know what to do. Turn on all those buttons and bring me to me.